a teenage witch sets up a delivery business while completing her apprenticeship. However, she faces challenges adjusting due to several skeptical locals. In a snowy mountain village, a witch named Kokiri and an ordinary human named Okino welcome their child Kiki. As Okino tries to pacify his sobbing daughter with a toy, Kokiri interferes, claiming that the noise is scaring the infant. However, despite her efforts, Kiki continues crying, attracting the attention of their black kitten Gigi. Years later, an older Kiki starts striking up conversations with Gigi. Later, while Kokiri practices her witchcraft, Kiki and Gigi secretly observe her from behind the staircase, fascinated by her skills. Furthermore, it's revealed that Kokiri possesses two kinds of magic, making herbal medicine and soaring through the air on a broomstick. The latter is the ability Kiki acquired by birth given her mother's a witch. Later, Kiki rides the broom with Gigi and zips through the opening in their roof. However, the witch hits a tree during her flight, injuring herself and the black kitten. While cleaning her wound, Kokiri gently tells Kiki that she's too young to be a witch, and that she has to wait until she's 13 to decide what she wants to be. Learning this, the determined kid proclaims that she wants to be a flying witch. On her 13th birthday, Kiki is finally old enough to be a witch, but she must undergo a year-long apprenticeship in a witchless village first. Before leaving home, Kiki's loved ones gather to bid her farewell, with her father urging her to return home if it doesn't work out. While Kiki floats away, Gigi jumps onto the broom's head, ready to soar with her owner. Kokiri then advises Gigi to take good care of her daughter, to which the black kitten promises. As Kiki soars through the night sky, she passes by the moon, in awe of its beauty. During their flight, Gigi suddenly feels chilly, so the animal seeks warmth inside the witch's cloak. The next morning, while soaring over the vast sea, Kiki is stunned by the beautiful sunrise. Eager to experience the ocean up close, she descends and glides over the water's surface with her broomstick. As she hovers, she reaches out her hand and feels the refreshing water on her fingers. Upon arriving at the port village of Koriko, Kiki is warmly greeted by the villagers, who wave excitedly from below. Among the townsfolk is Tombo, a young boy who loves aviation. As she begins her year-long apprenticeship, she recalls the day when Kokiri helped her try on her black witch dress despite her preference for a pink one, leading to their discussion about witches' traditions. While she argued that sticking to conventional ways would ruin their magic, her mother reminded her of the importance of self-control learned through following rules. After Kokiri explained the witches' desire to change their bad reputation, Kiki asserts that she wants to be the kind of witch who can do whatever she wants. Her mother intervenes, advising her that a year-long apprenticeship is necessary to become a true witch, and to always smile in difficult times. The following morning, Kiki is awakened by Maruko, a hippo calf who happens to turn on her radio. As she looks around, the witch realizes that the zoo was her overnight sanctuary, and she thanks the animal for sharing its shelter. Suddenly, a zookeeper named Nazuru sees Kiki, suspecting her as an intruder. As she escapes, the witch's skirt gets caught on a steel rod, tearing its hem. Despite her attempt to climb over the fence, she's caught by Nazuru and brought to his colleagues. While Kiki is restrained by the zoo staff, she suddenly levitates, revealing that she's an apprentice witch. Despite the staff's initial surprise, Nazuru quickly accuses Kiki of cursing the zoo animals when they start making strange noises. As Kiki flies on her broomstick, she wonders why the zoo staff treated her poorly, and Gigi suggests it may be due to their fear of witches. Afterward, a starving Kiki spots a beautiful house with a windmill and decides to land, discovering a delicious-smelling bakery. However, when the witch enters, the pregnant lady baker named Osono mistakes her for a street sweeper and admonishes Kiki for bringing her filthy broom into the establishment. After upsetting Osono, Kiki apologizes then leaves the bakery. As she searches her bag for food, all she finds are her mother's medicine and letter. Suddenly, the baker calls her over, informing her about her torn skirt. After offering to repair her skirt and inviting her to eat, Osono learns Kiki's true identity and flying ability. After learning about the witch's year-long apprenticeship, the baker asks how long she'll live independently at her age, and Kiki says she'll start an air courier business. Fascinated by the witch's determination, Osono offers her a room in the windmill house. In the next few days, Kiki works hard to keep her new home clean and officially starts her delivery business by setting up a small office in a corner of the bakery. Before she sleeps that night, Kiki hears a beautiful song on the radio entitled Voice by a singer named Kara Takami. Takami. The next morning, Kiki spends the day waiting, but no one books for a delivery, disheartening her. When Osono sees the lonely witch, she empathizes with her, revealing that it took the bakery 3 years before it had consistent clients. Sensing that the witch needs a solution, Osono suggests advertising her business as a way to attract customers. Just when Kiki's about to lose hope, Tombo appears, urgently wanting a book delivered to Kiki'sDeliveryService College. Excited about her first delivery request, the witch receives the item and proceeds to search for Kiki'sDeliveryService on the map. However, before Kiki can ask for further details, Tombo suddenly disappears, leaving her with no choice but to search for the recipient on her own. Before she takes off, Osono's husband Fukuo points her in the direction to Kiki'sDeliveryService. Upon arriving, Kiki discovers Tombo's young siblings who've been recording her flight, and the brother soon appears to ask about their observations. As the kids examine Kiki's broom, the witch grows confused. Soon, Tombo's siblings reveal that they're also interested in aeronautics, and Kiki realizes Tombo simply hired her so they could see her flying up close. The frustrated Kiki rejects Tombo's payment and flies off into the sky. As she soars, a biking laundry woman named Sumire calls her from below, leading her to the laundry shop where she instructs the witch to magically fix her dryer. When Kiki discloses that she can't repair it because her only magic is flying, the laundry woman requests her help to air dry the clothes. As she flies with a clothesline tied to her broom, the wind picks up, causing Kiki to lose control. As soon as the wind stops, Kiki takes flight with the laundry, spinning and air drying the clothes. Below her, the villagers cheer as they watch the spiraling garments. When she lands, customers flock to the laundry shop to collect their clothes, with one customer even commending her magical style of air drying. As a result of helping Sumire, Kiki is able to advertise her services to the laundry woman's customers. Afterwards, she starts receiving requests to deliver items, ranging from simple parcels to extravagant wedding gifts. After a long day of work, Kiki takes a break and eats on top of a cliff, convinced that she'll complete her apprenticeship. When Gigi teases her, Kiki shushes him and walks to the edge of the cliff to express how proud she is of herself. As Kiki wakes the next morning, she hears Fukuo singing outside, prompting her to ask him about the song and its singer. Afterward, Fukuo presents Kiki with a vinyl record by Kara Takami, his favorite singer. Interestingly, Osono reveals that she met Fukuo at one of Kara's concerts. As Fukuo prepares to play Kara's song, Kiki discovers that the said singer has disappeared from the music scene for quite some time. So Osono suggests using Kiki's delivery service to drop off goods at Kara's nearby residence. Suddenly, Osono spots Tombo's siblings stealing Kiki's broom, prompting Kiki to chase them on foot since she doesn't know how to ride a bike. As she frantically runs with Gigi, they end up reaching the youngsters in front of Tombo's workshop. When Tombo learns that his siblings tried to steal Kiki's broom, he scolds them for their inappropriate behavior. Upon hearing their intention to borrow the item, Kiki angrily hands them her broom, only for the youngsters to realize that it's just a regular one, and that she really flies because of magic. Out of frustration, Kiki tells Tombo that only witches can fly, until she sees his aviation inventions behind him. When the witch runs to see them up close, the provoked pilot pushes her to the ground, and then angrily yells at her to stop speaking about magic. As a result of Tombo's outburst, Kiki quickly retrieves her broom and takes off to deliver goods to Kara's house. Upon entering, Kiki follows Sari, Kara's niece, upstairs and finally comes face to face with the singer herself. Instantly, Kara recognizes Kiki as a witch because of her broom. Upon handing the goods to Kara, Kiki politely requests for the singer's signature. However, when Kara asks for the receipt, Kiki hands her the final record instead, prompting the singer to apologize because she's no longer a singer. Sometime later, Sari shares that her mother was also a witch and points to a framed photograph. Upon closer inspection, Kiki notices a woman standing next to Kara in the photo, holding a broom. Kara then reveals that the woman is her sister, who was a great flyer. Tragically, her sister was caught in a strong gust of wind and fell into the sea, resulting in her untimely demise. Since then, Kara lost her voice, claiming that she couldn't sing with an empty heart. To console Kara, Kiki hands her Fukuo's baked goods and shares how her music impacted the couple's lives. When Kara asks Kiki to give her voice back with her magic, the witch is taken aback. Surprised by her own angry tone, the singer politely tells Kiki that she can leave if she's done. Before leaving the residence, the witch tells Kara that she'd love to hear her sing someday, forgetting the vinyl record on the table. Upon returning to the bakery, Kiki notices that Fukuo is glaring at her for forgetting the vinyl record at Kara's. Soon after, she hears the distressing news that Maruko's tail was bitten by a lion cub. Reporter Kajika broadcasts live from the Koriko Zoo and reports that many people have come to visit the injured Maruko. During an interview with the manager, he reveals that they've been unable to contact veterinarian Dr. Ishii. When the manager shares that Kaito the lion bit Maruko's tail while experiencing tooth pain, Nazuru grabs the microphone from the manager and blames Kiki for the calf's injury, claiming that she put a curse on the animal. While planning her visit to the zoo, Kiki is interrupted by the arrival of a new customer named Saki, who wants to deliver a letter to Taka on Acacia Street. After Kiki locates the address, the girl shares that a century ago, witches from their town turned bad people into mice. Hearing this, Kiki defends her kind, explaining they don't use magic that way. Saki believes her and expresses how happy she is to have met her. When Kiki arrives at the address, she finds Taka with her friends. However, when Kiki attempts to hand Taka the black envelope containing Saki's letter, Taka suddenly runs away and starts screaming that Kiki has brought a curse upon everyone. Frustrated, Kiki sits by the stairs when Saki suddenly appears and thanks her for her services. However, when Saki tries to pay Kiki, the witch refuses the payment because she wasn't able to deliver the letter. Saki then proceeds to open the black envelope, revealing that it's empty. It turns out that Saki had booked the witch's services for vengeance because she wanted to get back at the girls for backstabbing her. By sending Kiki with a black envelope, she fulfilled her threat of bringing a curse upon them. After realizing Saki's ill intention, Kiki decides to give her some advice, explaining that the girls won't want to befriend her because of what she did. However, Saki justifies her actions, saying that she doesn't want to be friends with them anyway. Kiki then opens up about her own struggles, admitting that she doesn't have any friends in the village because people only want her to deliver items. She longs for a true friend with whom she can spend time and have fun. Before leaving Saki, Kiki admits that she's also happy to have met her. While walking through town with her broomstick, Kiki becomes contemplative and asks Gigi about the true purpose of her job, but the kitten reminds her that she was the one who chose it. As a result of Saki's request for a cursed letter delivery, the villagers start to believe that Kiki delivers cursed items. Consequently, the following morning, Kiki discovers that her past customers returned all their parcels. Despite Asano's advice to clear up the misunderstanding about her magic, Kiki remains crestfallen and throws her broomstick in anger when she returns to the windmill house. While she wallows in sadness, Gigi appears by the window and reminds her of the negative perception of witches. Tearfully, Kiki admits that she only wants to bring happiness through her magic. Because of this, she temporarily closes her delivery service the following morning. To help Kiki regain her confidence, Asano books her for a delivery job. However, while flying, the witch's broom malfunctions, causing her and Gigi to fall into a nearby forest. As the injured Kiki gathers the scattered items, she discovers that her broom's broken in half and Gigi is nowhere to be found. Discouraged, Kiki attempts to fly, but her broom fails to work, causing her to throw it angrily. Convinced that she's lost her magical abilities, the witch cries and decides to deliver the goods on foot. As Kiki walks home, she spots Tombo preparing to fly using his air bicycle from afar. However, she senses that it's not safe to fly due to the strong wind, causing her to yell at the aspiring pilot to warn him. Despite Kiki's efforts, Tombo doesn't hear her and continues to pedal his winged bicycle until he takes off into the air. However, a part of the wing breaks, and he plummets into the sea. Later, Kiki spots him lying unconscious and injured on the beach, and rushes to apply her mother's potion on his wound. However, as soon as she hears the aviator's siblings approaching, she runs away, unknowingly leaving her broomstick. That night, Kiki removes her bandages after tending to her injuries from the fall earlier. Seeking comfort, she looks out the window, magically enabling her to reach her mother, who's making herbal medicines. After sharing that she lost her magic, Kokiri just reminds her to never lose her smile. The next morning, Kiki is relieved to see Gigi back, whom she first informs about her plan to quit witchcraft. Next, she tells Asano about her plan, expressing that her parents will be disappointed. To comfort her, the lady baker reminds Kiki that parents care more about the safety and happiness of their children. Later, Tombo visits Kiki, surprising her with her repaired broom. When Kiki asks about his condition, the aviator reveals that the medicine she used immediately healed him. Afterward, the witch introduces herself for the first time and then invites him to eat with her. As they spend time together, Tombo shares how his passion for flying began. He started making small planes wings for his siblings, before progressing to larger ones to fly himself. Afterward, Kiki confesses that she's lost her ability to fly, and that she'll have to discontinue her apprenticeship because she can't magically do anything else. To encourage Kiki, Tombo teaches her how to ride a bike. After consistent pedaling, she's able to ride on her own, prompting them to celebrate her new skill. Before the young pilot leaves, he reminds the witch that she still has the ability to fly, urging her not to give up. Upon returning to the windmill house, Kiki hears the news about an incoming typhoon. Suddenly, Osono arrives, telling her that the zoo manager wants something delivered. When Kiki reasons that she can't fly anymore, Osono tells her that she can still deliver on foot. Before the lady baker leaves, she offers the witch a cat-shaped bread made by Fukuo. After eating, Kiki regains her confidence and flies on her broomstick low to the ground. As she relearns her skill, Tombo joins her, encouraging his friend to fly. When Kiki arrives at the zoo, the manager reveals that he wants her to deliver Maruko to Dr. Ishii, who's on Iina Island. Initially, Nazuru objects, claiming that she cursed the baby hippo, but Tombo quickly defends his friend. Inspired and motivated, Kiki steps up, asserting that she'll take care of Maruko. After she goads the calf out of the water, the zoo staff secures the animal on a lifeboat. As Kiki prepares for her flight, she waits for the right moment and then levitates, surprised that she finally has her magic back. Since Kiki needs directions, Tombo joins the witch on her journey as her navigator. As the duo and Maruko travel through the inclement weather, the zoo staff tries to encourage them over the radio, later inciting others to do the same. In response to the strong winds, Kiki decides to fly low to avoid being rocked around. Unfortunately, just as they're about to hit a boulder, Kiki realizes that the weight of the lifeboat is too heavy for her to lift. Thankfully, Tombo quickly jumps out onto the boulder to carry the lifeboat, lightening Kiki's load. After passing the boulder, the aviator hops back in and checks Maruko, who's safe and sound. Meanwhile, the radio plays Kara's song as a dedication to Kiki. As soon as Sari hears this, she gets her little broom from the toy box and pretends to fly, while cheering for the witch. Continuing on their journey, a loud lightning strike disorients Kiki temporarily. Despite feeling like she's about to fall off, she manages to regain control. A few seconds later, she hears Kara's singing voice, motivating her to reach the destination, no matter the obstacles she may face. When they finally reach the island, the duo brings Maruko to Dr. Ishii, who immediately heals the baby hippo's bitten tail using an improvised prosthesis. Upon returning to the island with Tombo and Maruko, a tearful Kiki is delighted by the villagers' warm welcome. Eventually, Fukuo receives Kara's autographed record, bringing him great joy. Saki also apologizes to Taka and her friends, finally reconciling. Weeks later, Osono gives birth, bringing new life to the village. Maruko is lively once again, having fully recovered from her tail injury. Nazuru believes in Kiki's kind heart and considers her a good witch. Finally, Kiki completes her year-long apprenticeship, fulfilling her dream of becoming a real witch.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.